guys, it is Tyiece, Living in Sync here, a lover of metaphysics. So today I am coming with a manifestation story, and sorry if you hear noise in the background. They are apparently cutting the grass today, but you know, that is a part of living in sync, going with the ebb and flow of life, and you know, just allowing. So I'm still gonna do this video even though they're cutting the grass and everything, and I am feeling really good today. I'm so happy to be back on YouTube. If you guys noticed, about 3 months ago, the past 3 months, I haven't been on YouTube on both of my channels, and it is because my laptop broke. The last video I did on affirmations is actually a pre-recorded video from before my laptop broke. So now I'm doing fresh new videos, up to date, and what's going on today. So I just wanted to share my story of how I manifested my new computer and what happened. So 3 months ago, I went to edit my video because I recorded that day, and I opened my laptop and tried to edit it, and I realized it wasn't coming on. So my laptop was like 7 years old, and it was used when we got it, so who knows how old it was, right? And you know, it would constantly crash, but I still work with it, and it constantly needed repairs, so it wasn't in the best shape. So as you guys know, I really love doing YouTube. I love creating content, so I wasn't able to make videos in that time. So when my laptop broke, I knew I'm in sync. I knew that, you know, I'm using the laptop in a useful way, doing something I'm very passionate about. So the only thing that came to mind was that, you know, this laptop broke because it's making space for something greater to come into my life. And I immediately thought of, okay, I think it's time for a new computer, and this is why the laptop broke. So, you know, immediately I started setting my intentions. I started just sending out, you know, just affirmations of having a new computer and whatnot, and seeing myself back on YouTube and seeing myself using the laptop and editing and uploading. I did all of that, and I released it, and I went about my life. I just started doing other things I love doing, and you know, sort of put creating content on the back burner for a little bit. So during this time, while I'm just, you know, going with the flow of life, still meditating, still starting my morning in a positive way, still holding a positive attitude, while I'm doing all of this, I realized that money started manifesting in my life in unusual ways, unexpectedly, in ways I have never received money before. And you know, when that was happening, I knew it was the laptop sort of drawing in the resources I need so that I can come back to doing what I truly love doing here. So money started manifesting, and I started using my logical mind. I was like, okay, I'm manifesting this money, and by the end of like the 3rd month, I had enough money to purchase a budget laptop, which is an HP or a Dell. But I knew that my dream computer has always been an Apple computer, and at the time I knew like I couldn't afford it. I knew I had like less than half of what it costs, so I wasn't putting my energy in that direction. It was sort of like, you know, you have your realistic goals and then you have your dream goals. So you know, that was like my dream goal, like probably later on when I have a career, I can be able to go in the store and purchase one at like $1,400 and things like that, $1,400 to $2,000. So I knew I had way below less than half for an Apple, and I wasn't putting my energy in it, but it was still on my vision board and everything. And when I go to the store, I will still play around with it. I love going to Best Buy or the Apple store and playing around with the computer, just getting a feel for it. So when I had enough money, I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait until Black Friday. The Dell and HPs are usually like around $300 to $400. I'm gonna wait, and that's what I'm gonna go for. That's what I have. That's the budget I have, and that's what I can afford. Again, using my logical mind. So, I'm just playing. So one day, I think I was just, looking at Apple computers, and my fiance, he reminded me, he was like, you can, during this time, by the way, he kept saying, you're going to have your MacBook. It was a MacBook. He was like, you're going to have your MacBook. You're going to have your MacBook. But, I would just blow it off. I'm like, yeah, it's like a dream that's going to come true. I know it will come true eventually, but right now I'm trying to get on YouTube as fast as I can. I'm not going to save up, wait too long to save up enough money for a MacBook. So when he said that, during this time he kept saying that. So like last week, 2 weeks ago, he mentioned to me, he was like, you know what, you just have to trust that you have enough money. You know law of attraction, you know how to manifest. Why don't you just manifest your Apple computer right now? When he said it, I felt like sort of shaky, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna accept this. I'm going to believe this. I'm going to trust. And I agreed with him. I was like, yes, I do have what I need to get an Apple, as crazy as it sounds. So I went to the park that night. It was that same night I went to the park, and I started visualizing myself, with an Apple computer. I started visualizing myself with it, and then I did like this visualization process where you visualize yourself standing above the earth, and you look down on everything, and you realize how small everything is and how unimportant everything is. We make things so big, but so when I do this visualization, I immediately feel powerful, and I feel like the world is basically mine, and what I truly want is really small and really easy. And that's the visualization I did. And I walked around the park. I'm like, yes, I do have it. I trust that I have everything I need to get it. I trust that I have the resources. I trust that it is accessible to me right now. So I did that. And then the next day, I went to Best Buy, and I was still in that trusting mode, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go in the Apple section and look at the computers, and I'm not going to go look at any other computers, because I'm just going to accept this is my reality and this as what I can get right now. Because I felt like if I go look at other computers, I'm sort of like doubting that I can get that. So that's why I stayed in that section, and I left the store. I was like, I'm not even going to look at anything else. This is it. And, I went in the store just to get a feel for it, just so that my subconscious mind could, pick up on me actually using the products and allowing the energy to become one with myself when you actually go out there and test it out and use it in real life. And, it's a powerful affirmation when you put affirmation into action. So I did that, and then it was was it that night? Yeah, it was that night I went home. I forgot all about the techniques I was doing, and just browsing the internet, and I just had this impulse to go on OfferUp. And usually before, when I went on OfferUp, it's like everything they were selling were like outdated, or they're really old and broken down, or it's just too much, it's not in my budget. All of the Apple products I would look at there. So that night when I went on there, immediately as soon as I opened the app, I seen a new iMac computer being sold, and they say it's new, barely used like twice, and it was in my budget. The same amount of money I was going to spend on Black Friday, it was like just $35 more than I was going to spend on Black Friday on an HP or a Dell laptop. It was an iMac, a desktop, and then I messaged the seller, and I asked him the specs, and the specs were exactly what I needed, because as you know, I do video editing, so there are specific specs I need to a computer and a certain power I need. So that's why I've always been drawn to like Apple, because they're known for their incredible power for video editing. So he told me the exact specs, and immediately before he even told me, I just knew this was it. I felt this excitement in my heart. I just felt this pump of energy, and it's like everything lit up. I was just smiling from ear to ear, and I just felt it. You know, when you just have that knowing, like, yes, this is it. That's what I had. I didn't even question it. Even though I asked him for the specs, I knew it would be exactly what I needed. And then, you know, I made the offer, and I told him I wanted to buy it. Yeah, and it's so funny how things just organizes itself and how the universe works, because the posting was actually located in another county, which is like an hour away from where I live. So, you know, I wasn't worried, because I knew, okay, I would go out my way to get this. This is a good deal. But what happened was, he actually worked close by where I live. So he was actually able to bring the computer down from the other county, bring it to the county that I live in, because he worked like close to me. So, you know, and he worked like about 15 minutes away, versus where he lived is like over an hour away. So that was amazing. And he was like, you know what, I'm coming in that area tomorrow. I just happened to be coming in that area tomorrow to go to my office. So yeah, when he arrived, it was great energy. You know, he seemed like a very successful guy. He drove a brand new Mercedes, so it wasn't anything shaky about it. I never felt uncomfortable. I just felt so excited from the moment I seen the posting to the moment it got here. And, you know, even when he got here with the computer, I just felt so at ease, even though, you know, just for precaution, I'm testing the computer, running the test on the hard drive just to make sure, you know, what I'm getting is working. I just felt relaxed, and somewhere in my heart I knew I didn't have to do it, but I was just going through with it just for the hell of it, because I already started it. So yeah, I'm so happy, and I'm grateful for this manifestation. It was just so magical to me, because I have wanted this computer for a while now, and I'm just happy to have it. Now I can do all the work I ever dreamed of on it. I can video edit, I can edit pictures, anything, like write a book, a podcast, anything I want to do, I can do it, because it is truly a working computer, and I'm grateful to get it. And just to think that, you know, I was going to get like a budget laptop for the same price, and when I switched my belief, I ended up getting what I truly wanted in my heart. Just really amazed me, and I'm so grateful. Every manifestation just teaches me more about, you know, law of attraction and how we can create anything in our lives. And this taught me to not let money get in the way, not let the price of something get in the way of what you truly want. Like, so many times we manifest backwards. We look at our money and then we say, okay, we have X amount of money, so this is what we can go for. When if we put the thing first that we want to manifest, the money will come. Or who knows, like in my scenario, I already had all the money. I just had to change my belief so that that opportunity can become visible to me, you know. So he sold it for that price because he bought it as a gift for his wife, but she never used it like that. Like, it just was sitting there collecting dust. It's basically still new. Like, there's no scratches. It works perfectly. It's like a brand new computer out the box, basically, because it was just barely touched. And, you know, I am just so grateful, and just to see how it manifested, it brings me so much joy, and I'm excited to manifest more and more things on my vision board and things I truly desire. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. Happy manifesting.